And if you haven't joined already, you can follow the link to join our Facebook group, where you can meet, interact with all other people who are serious about their self development, self growth, and so you want to practice the manifestation and self talk routines and exercises, so you can do that. So we'll move on to chapter 2 of the book, The Boundaries. Again, so this book was it was a co-authored book, two authors, Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. Um, so now, if you haven't watched or listened to that chapter 1, so you can go back and listen. But chapter 1, the author discusses about different kinds of boundaries. So that means the boundaries are nothing but he talks about setting the limit in your life. So it talks about physical boundaries. So that means you do not let someone to go and come beyond certain point, and then talks about emotional boundaries. Um, so not letting somebody else emotion or anger control your emotion, so you are independent of those. It talks about intellectual boundaries. So that means somebody else's beliefs and thought processes, to not let them to influence you. And the spiritual boundaries, religious beliefs, all of us have, and the prayers, and what you do a lot of time, you get into kind of um, a routine, whereby, let's say, you are going to your spiritual leader, and that person talks about, okay, you have to spend so much of time in church or in a temple or different kind of religious establishments. So a lot of things we do out of fear. So it talks about setting your boundaries and keeping your focus on your goals, and not letting other people come into and influence your boundaries. Now again, boundaries are he talks about, okay, that if you want to keep, okay, certain boundaries, and you allow certain people to influence, okay, your life, and that is also fair enough. So let's, for example, you have a business mentor, okay, now, or if you have a life coach kind of person who you respect, and who you kind of let that person to change you, okay, because none of us is perfect, okay. We if we want to, we change ourselves every day to become better. Now, if we do not, or if we keep our boundaries rigid, that means we do not let anybody to influence. So then, as well, we are not willing to change. Okay, so that means he talks about, or the co-author, they talk about, you have to set your own boundary. Okay, now where you say that enough is enough. So this is my boundary. I know nobody can come, and nobody's allowed to come or let me go beyond it. Okay, so now in the same light, the other side as well. Now, everyone have their own boundaries. Okay, so you should not, get or intrude into somebody else's boundary as well. Okay, so that means trying to influence somebody else's belief, somebody else's getting into somebody else's physical boundary. So that is absolutely should not be. Okay, so that's a chapter 1. But chapter 2 is more kind of a detail. It gets into the they continue the discussion of boundaries by exploring what boundaries look like in practice. And they begin by defining boundaries as invisible lines that mark the limits of our personal space. These lines, as we discussed, are can be physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. Now, The authors then discuss the different types of boundaries that we can set. That three main types. He talks about internal boundaries. Again, he further kind of differentiates the boundaries in three different ways. Internal boundaries, these are the limits we set within ourselves. That means internal. For example, we may decide that we are not going to let our anger control us. We might decide what we are not going to let our fear dictate our choices. Now, these are, he talks about the internal boundaries. That means, it is coming within us. Okay, so there is, things, there are things or two sides within us. Okay, one is, wants to, accomplish things, wants to do things, want to achieve things in life. So that is, one part of ourselves. The other part is, the fear within us, the anger within us, the selfishness within us, so these are kind of a bad within us. Okay, and he says that internal boundaries is where you differentiate most of the time, because these are within yourselves. So you do not, think that that's external. If somebody else anger, is coming to you, then you can realize that. But if it's your own anger, then you don't realize it, because this is internal, this is part of you. And that is what he talks about, the internal boundaries. That means within yourself, there is nothing externally someone is influencing you. It's your own um, limitations or your own boundaries what you have set. Okay, and that is where he says that these internal boundaries, you have to let those boundaries to go. Just like the way for external boundaries we want to keep the internal boundaries, and in occasions where we do not want other people to lead our life. It's exactly the same way internal boundaries are to be. When you differentiate between good and bad, when your shortcomings or your negative side of yourself, then he says that, or then they say that, because it's co-authored, that you have to appreciate that. Okay, and this fear of mine is limiting me, or is restricting me to do these things. Okay, so that means you understand that this is the fear which is within me, or this is my selfishness which is not allowing me to do certain things, or is compelling me to do certain things, or it's internal anger he talks about, that is stopping me, leading me to do certain things, or taking some certain actions. So when you differentiate these qualities or the bad qualities within yourself, internal boundaries, you try to get rid of the internal boundaries, so that that will set you free. Okay, now all of us have the, he talks about the limiting beliefs, that I'm not good in this, I'm good not good in that. I have, we have so many things, as a part of our, they are part of our nature, part of our being. And once we appreciate and understand that and see that, okay, and the author talks about that, these shortcomings or these negatives within us, if you appreciate this as foreign, these are not something which are not something we are supposed to be within myself. So we, just like external boundaries, if you consider, these kind of an external, they are enemies to you and your progress and you becoming a better version of yourself, then you will not allow these to interfere in your well-being. So the next thing is external boundaries. They are the limits we set with other people. Okay, now, as we discussed earlier, the first chapter was about the external boundaries. Okay, now these are the sort of with other people interaction. For example, we might decide that we are not going to let someone else borrow our car without asking, or we might decide that we are not going to let someone else tell us what to do. Okay, now these are external boundaries. Okay, sometimes you have to be strong enough. Okay, and that is when the author says that you have to take a stance that, okay, I'm not going to let this this person or this situation to dictate me. Okay, so that is called external boundaries. When you have to learn how to say no. Now, relationship boundaries. Okay, these are the limits we set in our relationship with others. For example, we may decide that we are not going to be friends with someone who is constantly critical of us. Okay, so that means that is a boundary. We decide that, okay, maybe a good friend, but no, this is not something. It is not for my well-being. You decide that I'm not going to be friend. You might decide that you are not going to be in relationship with someone who is emotionally draining you or emotionally abusive, and not part of your well-being. Okay, so now he talks about that if be critical and be focused and discern and differentiate between these people in your life. Okay, and who can leech. He talks about like, just like these are the people we who dictates your life, and they will drain you and they will suck blood out of you. That's what he talks about. He says that be careful about these people, which are called the external boundaries we are setting, and then also at the same time understand your um, own inner well-being and understand your enemies within yourself as well, because a lot of the time you may be able to identify the enemy outside, but you don't appreciate and see the enemy within. Okay, so that is, he talks about the internal boundaries where you appreciate and see the shortcomings, the bad qualities what you have within yourself, and then you set your boundaries and, okay, no, enough is enough. This thing cannot control me because this is external. This anger what I have is external. The selfishness or the emotional roller coaster ride is external. So you discern those, and then you can fight against these. Okay, now, author argues that healthy boundaries are essential. Okay, do not take the book wrong as well. He talks about that. Okay, healthy boundaries. That means there has to be a boundary. It's not that you do not have to have a boundaries, but there has to be a distance as well. Okay, healthy boundaries are essential for our emotional and spiritual health. Okay, what does that mean? He says. Or they say that in order for somebody to influence us emotionally, for you to become a better person, for you to which can help you to stretch yourself. Okay, giving an example that, okay, let's say you don't have a dream, or you are lazy, you do not want to work for your dream. Now, if somebody else influences you, or if you allow somebody else to influence your emotion, your thought processes, okay, now this is healthy. Okay, that's what he talks about, that healthy boundaries are essential. That means if you keep put a boundary there, then you are not allowing anyone to influence you. Okay, you are saying that, okay, whoever I am, that's the way I am not going to change. But when you allow the external factor, let's say books you read as well, the let's say the podcast you listen, or you association, you associate with people. So a lot of time you'll see people who are good with you, or you get some good vibes from a book or one audio you listen to, then these help you for your well-being, for your growth, self growth. Okay, so that is good. So when we have healthy boundaries, we are able to protect ourselves from being drained by others, and we are able to maintain our sense of identity and integrity. Okay, and this chapter ends with a discussion of the importance of owning our feelings. Okay, that's extremely important. The author argue that we cannot set healthy boundaries if we are not aware of our own feelings. Okay, now this is extremely important, that healthy boundaries, if we are not aware of our own feelings, um, we cannot set the boundaries. Okay, we need to be able to identify our feelings, understand why we are feeling them, and express them, and in a healthy way. All right, so this is the chapter 2 of the book, The Boundaries, by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. All right. So we will finish here the book review. So we'll do a quick self talk and manifestation exercise before we finish for the day. Okay. So let's get into that state of um, relaxation. So close your eyes. Now take your attention to the different parts of your body. So now starting from the feet, just take your attention, make it relax, release all the tension and pressure in that part of your body, and then we'll move on to your calves, or the ankle and the calves, and just take your attention and then release your tension and pressure and knee and the thighs, and the releasing all the pressure, being conscious and getting it relaxed. Now your lower abdominal area, get the attention, upper abdomen. Okay, seeing it expanding and contracting. Now your lower back and upper back, and both the shoulders and arms. Take your attention and make it relaxed. In your neck, chin, cheeks, mouth area, nose, eyes and forehead and scalp, and back of your head. Take your attention and make it relaxed. Okay, now the entire body, just be conscious of your entire body and relax the entire body. Now we'll move on to our self-talk and manifestation. We discussed about what are the four pillars: health, wealth, happiness, and spiritualism. These are the four pillars, four aspects of your life. So we'll move on with our health. First is the gratitude, and then you speak things into existence of what you want to accomplish. So gratitude is genuine gratitude of what you already have in health, mental, and physical health perspective. Okay. Now, if you have a healthy body with two hands or two arms, two legs, legs allow you to go around, run. So you are thankful to your creator. So you're just giving the gratitude, and just have that feeling that thank you, Lord, you have created me so in such a way that I can go around, I can walk around, I can see places, I can travel. So you are thankful. Why you are thankful is because there are people out there, there may be people out there who may not have that ability what you have. You are thankful. Then is your both the arms. You are thankful, you are able to do your own things, you are not dependent on somebody else. You are thankful that you can do your household chores. You are thankful to your Creator that you can see the beautiful world around you that the God has created. Now you can see a bird chirping. You can hear it as well. So that means you are thankful to your Creator for giving you the ability to hear the beautiful sounds all around you. You are thankful for giving you a body with a sound digestive system, a circulatory system. You are all thankful because so many complex things are put together to make you. So the magnificent body is given to you. You are thankful. Now we'll talk about the mental faculty, the mental health. Now you are thankful that you have been given a sound mind. You can think. You can do things for yourself. And because of that, you can work, you can think, you can put food on the table, you can have a roof over your head. You are not dependent on anyone. So you are thankful for your mental faculty that your Creator, your God, has given you a sound mind to think, to work, to imagine, to explore. So you are thankful. Now we'll move on to the second faculty of your brain, of yourself, that is wealth. So that means whatever you already have, people who are born to families where probably they may not have what you have, you are born with. So you are thankful, whatever has already been given to you. Now, whatever you already have now, if you are having a roof over your head, you are thankful because there are people out there who do not have that facility. If you are able to be fed with 3 times, 4 times a day, you are thankful to Lord, to your Creator, that you are not starving. Just like so many people out there may not be able to provide for themselves or for their family the food, the shelter, the clothings, what you are blessed with. So you are thankful, you are grateful. Now, the happiness comes with your connection to the people all around you, your friends and your family members. So you are thankful for all the relationships, what you have with others. So wherever you are, the family you are born with, and now the family what you have now. So if you have a spouse or if you have kids, so you are thankful for the family because there are people out there who may not have that. And the friends in your life who spread happiness around you, they make you feel good. So you are thankful for what we have. And then last but not the least, your relationship with God or with your Creator, that is spiritualism. Now in that relationship, we are just giving it all that gratitude, that thank you, Lord, for blessing me abundantly with so many things. And I'm really thankful and grateful. Now we'll move on to our health, wealth, and relationship the things what you want to accomplish health wise. Let's say you want you want to have um, certain weight, and to get rid of you know certain extra weight around your belly. Okay, you want to get into a perfect shape. That's a fair goal to have. Now you visualize yourself having that perfect body. Now you speak it. I feel energetic. I feel fresh. I feel just being the perfect health. Just visualize yourself. How would you look when you have that perfect health? How would you feel? Will you feel a bit lighter? You feel a bit healthier? Now you can feel your body the way your perfect body, whatever you are, the way you want it. You just visualize yourself being there. I feel energetic. I feel fresh. I feel full of health. I am healthy. And every day and every way, I am getting healthier and healthier. All the shortcomings, the diseases, the things in our body which are not right are all just going away. I'm getting into healthy diet. I'm getting into healthy practice. I'm getting into exercises. I'm getting into all the healthy regime of meditation for a perfect mind, exercises for your perfect body, healthy food full of nutrition. I am passionate and really excited about it. Now we'll move on to wealth. It's your career, the things what is putting food on the table, which is having a roof over your head. So now with the wealth, just see yourself accomplishing that goal. Let's say you have a job, you want to get to a certain position, you want to have an increment, you want to have that balance, or in your work, the time what you want to have, the stress level. Just imagine yourself you are having a beautiful, wonderful job without any stress whatsoever. People are respecting you, people are appreciative of you, and you are having a wonderful time, at your work, helping your organization, but at the same time you are loving it. You you are enjoying every bit of it, and you have accomplished that level as well, where the time what you have for yourself is just right, and the position has allowed you to do that, and everybody is appreciative. The pay what you get is absolutely fantastic. You are loving it. You love the work what you do. Now if you have in your own business, now you visualize yourself that your business is growing like crazy. It's growing all over the place, going all around the world. Your business turnover is going through the roof, and you are getting accolades, you are getting recognitions of your business, and you are impacting people's life, and you are excited about it. Just feel that excitement of your business turnover growing through the roof, allow allowing you to have that freedom of choices. Health, wealth, and happiness is what we are always seek for. This is the wealth. You have created that enough wealth to take care of yourself and your well-being and your family. You are thankful for that ultimate success what you are experiencing in your business. Now we'll move on to your happiness. Happiness comes from relationship. So you are seeing the perfect harmonious relationship with yourself. You love and respect yourself, because every day and every way you are getting better and better. And also you are thankful, and you see yourself having that perfect relationship with everyone. You are providing, you are helping other people and helping everyone, and you have all the good feelings. You want everyone to grow, everyone to prosper, everyone to succeed, and everyone to be happy. You genuinely want it and wish upon everyone that everyone be better off. And this feeling will make you happy. And the last pillar is the spiritualism. So you want the connection of you with your Lord, with your Almighty, with your Creator. That energy, if you believe in that, don't believe in God, believe in that energy which created the entire world and this universe, this cosmos, that energy. You are connecting and manifesting that energy within your body. You are connecting with your Lord or your Creator. Okay. So with that, we will conclude here. What I would suggest that, rub both your palms and then apply on your face. And now we conclude here today's book review. Hope it helped you. Go and subscribe, or go and click on the link